Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting one. It's an older palette that we're going to be using and it's going to be a first impressions using the Juvia'S Festival palette. Has anyone heard of this? Has anyone seen this? Do you have it? Because I'm sure a lot of people do have this. This is such a beautiful colour story. Again, nothing short of beautiful with the packaging of Juvia'S, the design on this. Absolutely stunning, kind of a jester sort of style with the makeup. So this is the Festival palette and I've been aching to get this colour story in my hands for so long, and I bought it there around about Black Friday-ish time. And yeah, no, I didn't buy it for Black Friday. I got it for my birthday. That's a long time ago then. Oh my god. But yeah, I have always been so interested in this with there being a metallic black, which I don't always love, but you'll see I got along very well with it. You will see as we kind of go through the video like how it kind of works with the brights as well, because I did create this very nice look and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I am going to throw up as well some swatches of the actual palette itself and of the colours so you can see them all in like motion and things like that and up close. But yeah, this is just, it's such a beautiful like color scheme, very weird, and I love weird. The pop of blue, but I know I can make it work with other things in here. I'm excited about that mustard. The mustard, I'm telling you, it's calling to me. And the fact that there is a metallic white as well. I think the white really balances out the palette as well, because the white you can use as your inner corner highlight, you can use to lighten things and kind of soften things out and make, like the white works well with the blue and the black. So you kind of can pull those into those sort of shades, but the white will also work with all the warmer shades in the palette. So I just think it's such a fun colour story that it makes you think, and I love that with makeup. That's what I love about colour stories. So yeah, I'm very excited to be getting into this and to do a 2 looks on palette. I'll be doing 2 looks. Before we get into the actual tutorial, my Instagram is linked down below so you can see all the up close pictures down there of this look that I have created, and you'll see all the details down there. And also hit subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. We've so many videos. I have my 2 looks on palette of this palette coming up soon after this. We've also got Lush videos, we've got more palettes. I think at some point doing a declutter during this year. I am definitely doing a declutter, but whether I film it will be a different story, but I'm pretty sure I am going to film it if I get time. It is late, I need to go to bed. But yeah, I am very excited about what is to come during the year, so don't forget to subscribe down below to see all that. So that's all for all the inventory or all the updates and just behind the scenes things. So let's get into the actual tutorial. Okay guys, so let's get into the first impressions using the Festival palette. Yes, she's an oldie, but she's a goodie, I think. Anyway, I haven't actually used it yet, but she looks like a goodie to me. I am feeling like the first thing I always think about when I look at this palette is this shimmery metallic black, which I don't always love, but I'm going to use it for this and do a black shimmery smoky eye. I'm going to blend it out with the red, I think, and maybe this kind of peachy shade. We might do a little bit of the gold on the inner corner. I'm kind of feeling that sort of vibe. I'm not too sure. I may add some other shades into it, but I think that's kind of where we're going to go for it. It might not work because it is a black shimmer on the lid that's still kind of darker than the red, but also kind of not because it's not matte. Does that make sense? Because mattes recede more and shimmers stand out more. Yeah, anyway, we're just going to go for it and we're going to see what happens. And because that's what I can think of using this palette first, and that's kind of what I want to try and see how it works. So you can probably tell I have my eyeshadow primer on. Well, you probably can't tell that, but I have my brows on, which are very dark today. I did them a little bit darker than normal, but whatever, we move on. And I did my skin, and that is all listed down below, so you can see that down there. So I want to start with the darkest matte that I'm going to use, just to really have that impact in there, especially since the lid is going to be darker. And I'm going to use a glitter primer on the lid anyway for the shimmer. So we're just going to get in there and we're going to, so I'm going to butcher these names. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. This is Izafa, the red. Some of them I'm not going to be able to pronounce, so I'll probably just point to those ones. Picks up nice on the brush, kind of looks like it's got a bit of a pink tinge, but I remember ages and ages ago Angelica Nyqvist saying that this was the best red she has in her collection at that time anyway. So I'm interested. I'm using a 221 from MAC for this, and we're just gonna get as much of that color as we can into the crease. This is just gonna kind of poke out from the black and also help the black blend a little bit more. Not worried about blending it out either, because I'm going to use the peachy shade to help with that. And I kind of want it to be rounded as well, so nice and round. And if this colour gets on the lid as well, don't worry about it too much, because the black will definitely cover up, especially with the glitter primer there. So now I want to blend that shade out, and we're going to use Manwu I really don't want to say these names because I don't want to offend anyone, but that one there, the peachy one, we're going to take that one, and it doesn't suit my Irish accent. It does not suit my Irish accent to say these words because our accent is very common, or well, my Dublin accent is very common, so that's why I'm not going to say them, because it's not going to sound right at all. But I'm going to take that on a Cash Beauty K06 brush, so they're big fluffy brush. We're going to pick up some of that peachy shade, and we're going to use that to go around the edges here, just to soften this out a little bit, blend it into the skin a little bit more. It's a very nice peach. So I'm just slowly going around gradually all the edges, really nice, slowly, feathery sort of pressure, and blend that into the skin. And we're gonna add more of the red soon, probably after the black I'll add a bit more red, just to get a little bit of a blend started anyway. I've found as time has gone on, I'm gradually blending more and more up towards my eyebrow as it goes, but once the final look comes together, it looks fine. So whatever, I'm going to keep going with it. Okay, so I will say this, in a normal situation where I'm going to do a black all over the lid, I would use something like this, which is the P. Louise Bada Black Base. So a black base, or NYX Jumbo Pencil and Black Bean, or a black gel liner, or something like that, a black base, just because black is, you want it to be like smooth and intense, like that's the way you want this to go. But because this is a first impressions, I want to see how opaque. If I put the black base down, it's going to just kind of lie to me a little bit and tell me that it is as opaque as I think it is, or isn't as opaque as I think it is. So I feel like if I do a black base with it, it just won't give me a true representation of how the eyeshadow itself is working. It will look better probably for the look, but I want to give it more of a chance towards the palette. So I'm just going to go in with a glitter primer instead, which is what I normally do with my eyeshadow or my shimmers and things like that. So I will not use a base, but I would normally use a base for a circumstance like this. So I'm using my Too Faced Glitter Insurance for this bit. I'm just going to take it on my finger, I think. That'll work for me. And we're just going to press that all over the rest of the lid here where I haven't got any colour. No cut crease, no nothing, because this is going to be blended to bits. So I'm going to go straight in onto the eye. Just enough so it's nice and tacky. I don't want any fallout from this. I'm going to try and not pick up too much of the black at a time, but I'm going to take that on a V Cosmetics, there's no name on this, this is just a flat brush, so any flat brush or just your finger will do. We're going to take that shade, that one, because I'm just not going to do it, I'm not going to do it to myself or to anyone else. Very thick, like there's a bit of grip in that shadow, so it's kind of more like a gunmetal black as opposed to a true black, especially on the brush as well. We're just going to press. Oh, she's nice. She is nice. It's almost wet looking. It's so like metallic, like paint or something like that. Making sure to go right out to the outer part of the eye out here, because again, I'm going to be doing a black liner, like a thick black liner on the waterline. So I want that to have something to connect to. So making sure that we have a bit down here, and that should be it. So it's going to look absolutely mental. Okay, so now what I'm doing is, once I've got like my edge going here, I'm just going to kind of flick over a little bit just to start diffusing that a little bit upwards. Nothing crazy just yet because I'm going to blend with it in a second, but just to flick it up a little bit. Okay, so now that we look like a Jared Way sort of inspiration going on here, because that's the vibe I'm kind of getting off this now. And we're going to go back in to that red again on the same brush we used for it and go back into the crease. You're just going to have to work with it basically and get through blending the shimmer up and the red down into each other until you get some sort of blend, and see how you get on. That's just the way this bit goes. It's just until you're happy with your blend, until you're happy enough with how much of each colour on. That's why I didn't add any more red until now, because I'm going to keep adding red now until I'm happy with the blends. You can add a bit more of the black again if you need to diffuse a bit more, and I'm just going to go back and forward. There's no real like, oh, now we're done. Until you're happy. Okay, so this is the point that I'm at now. This I'm very happy with. I'm very happy with how they blend into each other. You can kind of see the way like the shimmer goes into the red. There's no like harsh stop from it, and then the red starts peeking through it. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. Excuse my under eyes because I still have to tidy up a little bit more, but yeah, that's the general idea, the gist that we're going for. Okay, so I could use for the lower lash line the shimmery black as well, but I don't know, I don't think it'll give me the depth that I really want. I'll add it if I feel like I need to, but what I'm actually going to do is do a really thick black line. Not super thick, but thick enough. I'm going to use the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Swerve, which is just their black liner. I'm going to use it in the waterline and a little bit down onto my lower lash line, circa early 2000s emo style. That's what we're going for here on the lower lash line, and I'm going to use the red and the peach to kind of blend that out. So just a little twist up gel liner, and just pop that starting in the waterline, because from there we can work down and then we know how thick and how dark you want to go. Make sure that connects out here, which is why I wanted the black to be a little bit further down out here as well. And then just making sure the most important part is getting in between all your lashes, making sure there's no skin showing through, especially because I'm so pale that if, like with the black being so dark, then you will really notice when it's not like all over the skin. So just getting right in there between all of the lashes. And don't go as thick as you're gonna go with all your shadow and everything like that. You just want it to be a little bit there so you can blend it out. And I started doing it on this side, but I just remembered that I should not do it on this side. Reason being, because it will set, so we want to work quickly with this. So I'm going to go back in with the matte red so we can use that to blend it out. And I'm using a Colourpop, no, not a Colourpop, a BH Cosmetics Lavender Luxe number 10 brush. So small little pencil brush, any small little brush will do. And we're just going to kind of go over that. You can add more of the black in if you need to, or use the shimmery black. It's up to yourself. I'm just going to go in, and it might take a little bit more work to blend this one because obviously it is pencil being blended out, but it will eventually blend. Okay, I'm loving this now. That little bit of black on the lower lash line, I'm loving it. So I'm going to take my big blending brush, this guy here. We're going to take that peachy shade that we used to blend out the top, because it's looking kind of pink under here, and the peach, because it has a bit of orange in it, balances out the kind of red and the pink. So I'm just going to use that just around the edges. You can use a smaller brush if you want to, but I mean, we're not going soft with this look, as you can see, so we might as well go in with just whatever brush I have on hand. And we just want the blend to match all the way around, so it's all lovely and seamless. Okay, so now pretty much done. Very happy with this. So there's the shade Yuli, which is this like shimmery white, which I think is beautiful. I love the fact that it's in here as well, because it gives us a nice kind of balance of light to dark in the shimmers. And also you can use that as an inner corner highlight as well. But instead of that, I'm going to use that one. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. This one down here, because it's like a shimmery gold, and I just think it'll balance. Or will I? I don't know actually. Hang on, give me a sec. Change of plan here. Similar, but change of plan. We are going to use the gold, but I'm also going to use the white. I'm going to mix them together because I mixed them on my hand and it looked really nice. So I'm going to take a little bit of Yuli first, because I want this to be like the bright part of it, and the main part. But see, this might go a little bit silvery against the black, so I just want to put this down first, and then I'll warm it with the gold. Actually, change of plan again. We're just going to use the white. It's actually quite nice. Quite nice on its own, and a really nice contrast against the black as well. So we're just going to go with this. Sorry about that. That was a whole stress of me trying to decide on an inner corner. I could have just used my face highlight, really. Well, it's quite multi-dimensional, my face highlight that I'm going to use. Very nice. I'm very happy with this. So I'm going to jump off. I am going to finish off my face, do a lip. I don't know what lip to do actually. This is a stress. I don't know what to go with this. So I'm going to play around with some lip colours. I'm going to pop on a pair of lashes, do my cheeks, and I'll come back and let you know what I use on the rest of my face. Alrighty guys, so this is how I have finished off the look. I am in love with this look. This look has surprised me and I'm very happy with it. So let me quickly go through everything that I used on my face. As far as my eyes go, you've seen my waterline liner was just the black, so you see me do that on camera. And then my mascara is and has been my Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. I'm literally only using this for doing tutorials because I put lashes on anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. But in my everyday life, I'm actually using my MAC in Extreme Dimension Mascara. That's what I'm using in my just general life when I'm not wearing lashes, because I only wear lashes really when I'm going out somewhere or doing makeup looks like this for filming, because my everyday life I couldn't be bothered wearing a pair of lashes all day. And for my false lashes, I am wearing the Cash Beauty Luxury Mink Faux Mink Lash, sorry. These are the Secret Treasure set, the little trio, and I've used daggers, which I love because I'm a pirate fanatic. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. But yeah, daggers are the ones I have on. They're not hugely dense compared to the others that's in that set or others that I have from Cash Beauty, but they're so long and just wispy on the end, and I love it because it's not like taken away from the look, but it's still adding more drama to it. I really like them. And then on to my bronzer, I use my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in the shade Dark Golden, which is a new one for me. I will say this is the first time I've worn it, okay, and I have used it on people, but I haven't actually worn it on myself before. But I always love the tone of it on paler skin. On my skin tone, it's a little bit yellowy gold for me right now, but I think in the summer, if I do get a bit of colour, which sometimes I don't, this might work a little bit better for me. But I quite like how it turned out for the look. I think it'll photograph beautifully, but I still prefer my In the Sun bronzer by Fenty. And then for blush, because I have all the eye going on, like a really dark smoky eye going on and a very strong highlight going on for my blusher, I just went in with my Dandelion blush from Benefit, just a super soft pink. It looks so washed out on camera, but it is a nice soft, very pale pink. And it just adds enough colour, just enough colour. It's one of my favourite blushes for pale skin. And then the beautiful kind of orange, red, slightly green sort of multi-chrome highlight I have on is, you've probably guessed it, the Space Age Prophecy highlight from Kaleidos, and I love this. I know they have one out called Gifted, which I don't know if I'm going to get because I'm not a huge fan of super pink duochrome ones because they're more like blush toppers for me. I love like these kinds of tones, and I do like a bluey sort of tone. I'm not huge into duochrome highlighters, like where they shift different colours, but with something like this where the base of it is like clear, I have some of the ones that I will be using this year as well that I got for Christmas off my boyfriend. It will also be in a Black Friday haul because he technically bought it on Black Friday for me. But yeah, I have 3 others now from Kaleidos that I've added to my collection, which I'll show you. But this one, it's just white, but it's so like, the base of it is just clear. That's what I love about the Kaleidos ones. They're just like a clear base, and then they just add this sheen when you hit the light. Then on to lip. As I said, it was a stress trying to find a lip. I did pick a nude lip, didn't like the tone of it, had to take it off, had to start again. Was thinking about doing a dark lip, was thinking about doing a red, was thinking about doing a very greyish sort of shade, but I was like, no, we'll just do neutral, not take away from the rest of the face. So I went in with my MAC lip pencil in the shade Whirl. Just, it's like my lip colour, a little bit browner, but basically the same colour as my lip. My lipstick then is the Inglot Lipstick, the matte lipstick in the shade 413, and it's just a super pale nude, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to add too much colour or warmth to the lip. I wanted to keep it as close to the lip pencil on my own lips as I could, but without adding too much red to it. And then the gloss I used is just the MAC Cream Sheen Glass in the shade Tintsulated, which I think actually matches, minus this has more pink in it, matches quite well with the highlight, because it kind of has like a gold to green shift and then a little bit of a pink as well. I think it's very fun. So that is the first impressions using the Juvia'S Place Festival palette. I know I'm probably the last person on the whole planet to use these palettes. I have a lot of palettes this year that I'm using that are not brand spanking new, and I'm okay with that because that's absolutely fine to be buying older palettes and using older palettes as well. It's not that big of a deal. But I love this. I've always been so interested in this colour story. Can't wait to use this mustardy macaroni cheese kind of colour. I'm very excited about that. I need to think of something to do with that neon orange as well, because that's fun. Maybe the two of them together might be fun. But yeah, I am so happy with this look. I was doubtful at the beginning with the shimmery black. I wasn't sure how it was going to blend into the red, but I got there in the end and I actually really love it, and it's actually made me more excited to use this shimmery black as well, because as I said, I do prefer a matte black, but a metallic black I can get on board with if I'm doing a smoky eye like this. I think it is so fun. So yeah, I love it. If you also enjoyed this look, then give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to get me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. I have so many palettes coming up this year. I think I've counted. I've got like 19. I think 19 palettes I've counted right now that I have to use this year. And I used 19 last year, but I'm already on 19 right now. That is not including anything that comes out during the year if I do decide to buy anything, but I'm kind of not in the market to buy anything. But anyway, hit subscribe down below to see all that, because we've got lots of brands, some newer brands, and more from brands that I've used that I've already loved. So I'm so excited. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram and TikTok is linked down below, so you can see all the fun and weird things I do on TikTok, and also all the up close pictures of my face and my eye, so you can see all the details in the pictures. And lastly, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think of the look. Do you have this palette? Like, I know it's an older palette, so have you got this palette? If you do, what sort of looks do you do with it? What way do you use the black in it? What way do you use the neon sort of shades in it? Because I'm very interested to see, because I didn't use any neon shades, but the red and the peach have made this quite a bright and dark look all at once. I'm very interested. I love hearing other people's colour combos that I can try out and play with as well. So I think that is everything from me, guys, today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!